Hi guys, welcome to another Spooky Friday. I hope you guys are ready for today's look. I have my take on a broken doll. I hope you guys like it.
Okay guys, so first we're starting out with the VDL Lumilayer Primer. We're going to put that all over our face and then spread it in with our hands. This primer gives you a more shine from within, so that's why I chose this one. I want to look more shiny and porcelain-like. Okay, so now we're going to go in with my MISSHA BB cream. I'm going to put that all over my face. I picked this BB cream because it gives me a more dewy finish. Okay, so now I'm going to buff it in with my Artis Brush-Oval 8. I'm going to run the brush all over my face, make sure to buff everything in, and it looks seamless. So now that you have all that buffed in, I'm going to go in with my MAC Prep and Prime highlighter. I'm going to put that under my eyes, my nose, on my cupid's bow, and my forehead. This highlighter once again gives you a more dewy finish. That's why I picked it. It's a little lighter than my usual concealer. I want to look very shiny and porcelain. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Artis brush and buff that all into my face. Making sure I smooth out all the edges, that way it blends in with my foundation. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Mercier-Translucent powder and I'm going to just set it all over my face with a fluffy brush. And make sure just not to put too much powder on. You still want to look a little bit shiny. This is just so everything stays in place. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in color Trooper. I'm going to do my eyebrows with this. Usually dolls have more darker eyebrows, more monotone, so I don't want any dimension in my eyebrows. Eyebrows are usually a little bit more arched naturally, but I'm going to smooth them out and make them more round. It has that effect that it looks like someone painted them on. Okay, so once I have that good look going, I'm gonna go on to the next eyebrow and do the same thing. Okay, once I have both eyebrows filled in, I'm gonna go in with the MAC Prep and Prime once again, and I'm gonna cut them out just to clean them out a little bit and make them more sharp. I like using a flat brush for this. It gives you more precision and it helps you clean them up better. Okay, so now that the eyebrows are done, I'm gonna go in with my Painterly Paint Pot from MAC. This primer is my go-to. I do like this primer for when I'm gonna do very bold looks. It helps with the pigment and color showing up. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the Benefit Highbrow. I'm gonna put that under my eyebrow and smooth it in. That is so I can have a transition from my eyebrow and the shadows. I'm just gonna smooth it in with a little flat brush. That way I don't mess up any of the eyebrows that I just did. Okay, once I smooth that all in, now I'm gonna go in with my shadows. I am using a cheek tint, which is a blush from BareMinerals. I wanted a bright pink, so I started patting that in. Now that I have that initial line, I'm gonna spritz my brush with the Morphe setting spray. That way it picks up more pigment and it lays it out on my eyelid. I want these pigments to come out very sharp and bright. That's why I'm patting it in with a flat brush. so it looks like someone painted it on with a paintbrush. I'm going to do the next eye the same way. I'm going to make sure that that line is very sharp and just slowly patting in the pigment. Okay, once that pink is all set and done, I'm going to go in with Colourpop-Super Shock Shadow in the color Paradox, and I'm going to pat that in as well with another flat brush, just so those lines look very sharp. Okay, so once that is all patted in, I'm going to go in with a clean fluffy brush and just smooth those edges out. In the red with the pink. Don't worry about your eyeshadow being a little bit messy on the sides. We're going to go and clean that up a little bit later. So now we're going to go in with the BareMinerals eyeshadow in the color Posh. It's a black grayish. I'm going to go in with a small fluffy brush and I'm going to blend that in the corners of my eyes just so it gives me a little bit of a crease and dimension. This is a loose powder, so just make sure to be careful. It can go everywhere. Just blend it in slowly. Once again, I'm going to do the same thing with the other eye, just blending in slowly. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with MAC Prep and Prime highlighter again, and I'm going to cut out those eyeshadows from the sides of my eyes, clean them up. Starting off with a flat brush, I'm going to start a line at the corner of my eye and flick it up, making it as sharp as possible, and then I'm just going to blend down with the same brush, making it look seamless. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the same color Posh with the same fluffy brush, and I'm going to blend it all out on my bottom eyelid. I'm going to do that for both eyes, making sure that I blend it all out. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the ULTA Beauty Gel Eyeliner in black, and I'm going to run that under my eye. Once that is done, I'm going to start doing my top eyeliner with the KVD Tattoo Liner in Trooper. I'm going to make it very thin and long, so my wing, I'm going to flare it out all the way up close to my eyebrow. Be sure to keep the line very thin on top of my eye. I'm going to do that for both eyes, making sure to keep that line very thin and that wing very high. Now I'm going to take that same liquid liner and start making my bottom eyelashes. I'm going to paint them on, that way they look more doll-like. At this point, your eyes should be looking a lot bigger. Now I'm going to go in with Urban Decay-Perversion mascara and just coat my top eyelashes, that way I can prep them for my falsies. Now it's time for falsies. I go in with the IENVY Iconic 01. You guys notice those eyes getting bigger. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with BareMinerals eyeshadow in Queen Phyllis, and I'm just going to put that in the inner corners of my eye. And using that same Benefits Highbrow highlighter, I'm going to go in my waterline just so my eyes can look even more big. Now I'm going to go in with a BareMinerals Cheek Tint again, and I'm going to put it on my cheeks, just dabbing it on in little circles. I'm not going to blend it in further up into my cheeks. I want it to look like someone painted it on. For the fun part, I'm going to start putting cracks on my face. This is what makes it look like a broken doll. I'm going to use the black Radiance waterproof liquid eyeliner, and I'm going to start making cracks all over my face, making little zigzags. You can put it wherever you want. These cracks are up to you. I make sure to fill everything in. I do like using a waterproof eyeliner for this just because I want these cracks to stay on my face all day. And in case I smudge or touch anything, it'll make sure to stay. I had the forehead how I wanted. I moved on to more cracks on my cheek. I don't have any precise way of how I make my lines. I just wanted to look like I was a doll that fell and was very old and just started cracking with time. Once you have the cracks the way you want them on your face, we're moving on to the lips. I'm going to start lining them out with the same eyeliner. I want them to look very small. So I'm going to take the line down the center of my lips. That way it appears to be a lot smaller than it is. I'm going to do the same with my bottom lip, rounding it out. Now we're going to start doing a little thin line, curving up towards my cheeks. That way it looks like I'm a doll that was smiling. Once those lines are set, we're gonna do 2 lines going down to my chin. That way it looks kind of like my mouth was breaking off. And this will give a nice illusion once you start moving your jaw. It's starting to look creepy, right? Okay, once those lines for the mouth are set, I'm gonna fill in my tiny lips with some red lipstick from Colourpop. After that red lipstick is filled in, that way the illusion is even more prominent. You want to fill in the rest of your lip that was left blank with some concealer. Doing little small strokes, that way your lines don't get messed up. And lastly, I'm just going to set with Morphe setting spray all over the face. That way it lasts all night.
Okay guys, so that's the finished look. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please comment, like, and subscribe down below. Bye!